Hi, all you amazing, gorgeous, intelligent, courageous, powerful people, beautiful people, inspired people. I love you. I'm here today on my run thinking about something that came up recently. A friend and teacher suggested to me that I'm not vulnerable. How dare he? No, I know that it's true. I know that it's challenging for me to be vulnerable. You know, I often resort to my teaching or my education or my identification or my projection or protection or something. You know, I think it's very difficult to be vulnerable for me, and this is an opportunity. I'm going to take it in this moment to express that in my vulnerability. It is something that has been challenging for me in life to be fully vulnerable, and it's also something that when I get this reflection, I take it for what it is. It's an opportunity to express and learn and grow through that resistance. I also recognize that it's a projection and that it's based on an external, it's a reflection from someone else, and it's external. So it's helpful, and it's also not real. Because I know that where I started from was a place of a lot of suppression of emotion and energy and thought and words. I held it all in when I was young. And I was joyful and healthy and happy as a child as well, but I packed it in tight. And at some point it had to release, and it released through anger and through rage at first, and then it developed into the next thing of feeling lonely, sad, or fearful, or worried, or something else. But initially, I had to move through all that stagnation, that repression, and that energy was really thick. And so it took that first stage of things, that anger and that rage, to push through it, you know. And in the development of who I am, I know that I've built a lot of protective mechanisms around me and in my process, a lot of identity. So. But I also recognize that the more that I disidentify, the more that I let go of that armoring through physical body work, through exercise and intention and lifestyle and emotional work, and all these different things, I create an opportunity for real vulnerability to come through, and for me to start to be in touch with who I really am inside of that identity. And to get in touch with the emotion that still lies in my tissues and my nervous system and my body underneath that resistance. And so when I get this projection from someone, I take it for what it is. It's a valuable tool, and it's a projection, because I know that for me, I have moved so far through so many different layers and veils and stagnant places into the man that I am today. And it's a process. So here I am, and now from here I continue to get more and more vulnerable, to get more and more connected with the context, the why behind what I'm sharing and who I am and what I want the world around me to be and reflect and to experience in my life, but also I want to affect change positively in people around me. And I believe that I have to continue to clarify my process and make space inside myself in order to translate and help other people to connect with the health and wealth and vulnerability and personal power that's inside of them. So the more that I can do these things, the more that I can maintain consistent sobriety and happiness and openness and connection and realness. You know, vulnerability, it's not about being positive and happy all the time, it's about being vulnerable, being connected with what's real for us. So in that realness, I give people an opportunity to exchange with me in an intimate way, and hopefully I impact them in a positive way through my being real and connected with what's really occurring for me. So I take it for what it is. I'm learning from it. I'm sharing with you as an opportunity to express and practice it. You know, it's difficult to do with one person. in a different way, this is even more challenging to express to thousands of you, potentially. But I know that nothing's more important. I know that the vulnerability is where the power is. I know the vulnerability is where the true strength is. I know that my ability to be a good father and a good lover and husband and man and son and brother and friend relies on my ability to be vulnerable. It's a reflection of my ability to be who I am. No matter what anyone says or thinks, to be who I am and to share who I am with the world around me in a deep, loving, impactful, honest way. And I think that we as men have been indoctrinated to believe that being vulnerable is being weak. And my experience has shown me that the armoring, which I thought was real strength, is really ultimately, as time goes on, the only weakness I ever had. The real strength is vulnerability. So thank you for giving me an opportunity to be vulnerable. You don't always have to have tears to be vulnerable. You don't always have to be sad to be vulnerable. There's many different ways to do that. And maybe I'll shed some tears with you later, but for now, I appreciate the opportunity to be expressive with you and to share the reflection that I've recently been working with, and I hope it serves you. Much love to you and your family this holiday. I hope that you're able to be vulnerable in yourself and with those people that you love in a way that impacts and creates positive change in all of your lives.